All right, folks. First testing of the pre. Can I start over? Take two. Folks, what we got here is the test session in preparation for the stunt flight that myself and this here beautiful little Sport Cub S2 are planning to attempt. And that stunt flight is, we've got a video number 1 on this posted, but that stunt flight is, we're going to see if we can take off from the wing of the Carbon Cub S2 by Hobby Zone with this Hobby Zone guy here. So this box here, which is for the RB7, it's the approximate same, the top is the approximate same dimensions as the Carbon Cub wing. Now this box is 3 inches shorter than the Carbon Cub wing. So if I can take off from this, I can take off from the Carbon Cub wing in terms of having enough room. And that's the purpose of this test. The width is a little bit wider, about 3/4 of an inch on each side wider than I'll have on the Carbon Cub wing. So I'm going to go down the center of this box as best I can to simulate that. And I'm pointed into the wind. There's not much, but we're just going to go for it right now. We're in, okay, I just switched into experience mode. I'm in high rates. I'm going to go full up elevator, full throttle right away, see what happens. You ready, folks? First I'll spool her up a little bit though, and I'll get the throttle going. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So full up elevator, right there. Let's see if she takes off from this box, ladies and gents. Okay. Throttle. Here we go. Did you see that, folks? You did. She did it. I hope you saw that. She did it perfectly. Oh, she had 3 inches short. She just did it. Totally successful test flight. This airplane just took off from 3 inches less than the length of the Carbon Cub S2 wing that she's going to do for the stunt. And now I know with complete and total certainty, and with barely any headwind, so there's not, wind isn't helping us much. It's just the airplane just being awesome. Right, the airplane's being awesome. So now I know for sure I can take off from the Carbon Cub S2 wing if I can steer accurately. Let's see if we can do it again. I got to make sure I got that on camera because that was awesome. That was fantastic. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. All right. That was great. Here we go. And we'll coast. Did you see that landing? Well, probably did. It wasn't spectacular, but it was pretty good. So there you go, folks. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just amazing? Let's see if we can take off from the box, which is the simulated Carbon Cub wing. Let's see if we can take off from that and then just do a couple little circles. Folks. Oh, I'm feeling like Evel Knievel now, ladies and gents. There's my beautiful Carbon Cub S2. I love her. All right, let's try that one more time. And see if we can do a little circle before we land. And try to do a real landing and not a crash landing. Here we go. Ready? Right, here we go. This is really exciting. I'm a 66-year-old guy who's really excited about taking off the model airplane from a cardboard box. Here we go. Ready? Oh, this is fun. Okay, here we go. Full throttle from the get-go. I'll have to crash land. I have to crash land, folks, because I don't know. I forgot to use my rudder. I'm so excited about the results of this flight, I forgot to use my rudder. All right, then, folks. So there we go. Since we're at this, do you want to see if these itty-bitty tires... Well, first I'll tell you how we succeeded just now. Technical stuff, but let's see if these tires, these little bushy tires, will take off from this this very bush tire terrain here, and it's got to do it before she hits the edge of the grass. Because if she hits the edge of the grass, her landing gear are not going to like that. Okay, now you've heard of no prep drag racing. This is no prep bush plane taking off. I don't know if we can do this, but we're going to see. Okay, I'm going to change my mind, folks. Ain't that plane cool? Beauty shot. Boy, we're having some unexpected fun with this Sport Cub today. I quit flying airplanes for 2 years, folks, and when I came back to it, I was just flying helicopters. And when I came back to it, you'd be amazed at how much stuff I forgot. And so I used this to retrain myself pretty much from square one. It's not that I forgot how to fly, it's just it wasn't instinctive anymore. It wasn't instinctive anymore at all. I had to really think about it. Okay, so let's prep this a little bit. And see, it's bumpy, there's divots. If she can take off from this, this will be an amazing little demo. Bonus demo, just for fun. And again, with these itty-bitty tiny stock tires. If you look at back on this channel, RC Aviation Crawling, if you go back on my channel, way back, my very first flight videos, on my channel, RC Aviation and Crawling, are with this very airplane. And you can also find a video about how I put in the clear windshield and clear windows, about how I went to the Dubro 2-inch super light tires. You can see that. Anyway, if you're interested in this plane, maybe you want to acquire it, or maybe you have it already, you might check that out, because there's some cool stuff in there I think that you'd enjoy. Everybody, pilots. Okay, see what we're doing here is more bush flying with the UMX Sport Cub S2. All right, folks, so there it is. There we go. So there it is. Okay, so there's our takeoff place right there. Okay? I mean, it's really gnarly here, folks. It's really gnarly. It's bumpy and stuff. So let's see what happens here. See what happens here. Let's, I got a light over there. We got a way. This is going to be interesting, folks. It's going to be really interesting. Now, I've got my battery way back, and I'll show you that before we close this video. But a big reason for my success is I've got the battery way back to intentionally make the plane quite tail heavy, which is easily controllable in the air, though, as I just found out when I was just sort of tooling very, very briefly before I crash landed. So here we go. Let's see if she can take off. I'm going to try to get some rollout. I don't know. Let's get these pine cones out of the way. Hazardous pine cones. All right, folks. Here we go. Okay. Folks, this plane is so sick. Especially when she got the clear windows and windshield. Oh, man, she looks so scale in the air, folks. With the clear windows and windshield. There she does. Here we go, folks. Bush flying. See if we can do it. Pull up elevator. Oh, we did it! We did it, folks! Did you see that? Christ! Did you see that? I hope that's on camera, folks. We came along. That's so much fun today with the S2. Let's pretend I'm the plane. I can't believe she just did that. This is gnarly as heck. I mean, it's just gnarly. Anyway, I'm the airplane now, ready? She cruising along like this, boom, 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 boom. And the last bit, she took off, and she literally clipped this big bush here. She clipped the top of it, but still flew off just fine, like a real bush plane. Wow. Okay. Bonus fun with the S2. Well, that's all I can think of right now, folks, but believe me, ever since, I gotta show you the battery situation. Ever since I started going Evel Knievel with my RC ideas, I did some Evel Knievel axial SCX-10 to 55 forward F100 jumping. Yeah, I did some crawler jumping, Evel Knievel inspired, and now I'm doing some Evel Knievel inspired wing takeoff. So there she is. There she is. One more beauty shot. Look at her stuff. Yeah, look at her stuff. Let's get a look at the throttle here. So there she is, and she is in experience mode, high rates, as I said. And let's take a look at our rates. And okay, so here's our aileron. Gosh, I love this little plane. Elevator. Let's go closer. Let's go closer. Actually, elevator. Sorry. Rudder. And then ailerons. Get a little closer up. Yeah. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she the prettiest little ball you ever saw? Folks, I highly encourage you to go check out my video at RC Aviation and Crawling and see how I did the conversion for the clear windows and windshield, because I think you would really, really enjoy the project, and I know you would enjoy the results. Okay, so let's throttle off, put it back in safe mode, pick up the airplane. See all the little electronics in there. Maybe there's some shadow on there. There's all the cool little electronics on there. The light tells you what mode you're in. Blue is safe. Intermediate. Experienced. All right. There's no throttle cut on this. So let's look at this model. Let's put her up here on the box where she won't be harmed. I mean, what a classic. I think E-Flite did a thing. This is another one of those, I think E-Flite / Hobby Zone knocked the ball out of the park on this model. I think it's just really awfully scale. Look at that. Look at the nose on that. That's pure cub, ladies and gents. Ain't that nice? Those intakes and stuff, just beautiful. All right, so here's my battery setup. Let's really carefully. I love this model, folks. I've had her a long time. Let's go back into experience mode so that the safe and the STOL don't get all excited when I put her upside down. So we're gonna go ahead and, oh, careful, I say, this little guy's so delicate. All right, folks. All right, okay. So here's the battery position. Oh, good. Let's see. I'm gonna get my shadow on there so you can see. Actually, let's try it from the side first. So there is my battery position right there. Gosh, that was an amazing little bush stunt flying. Certainly adventure flying that we just did. Okay, there it is. So this, what this is, there's a little thing that comes on these E-Flite micro batteries, which just says, I think it says E-Flite on it. And I think they put it there for you to use as a pull tab. So I just have mine covered with duct tape because this battery has had so much use. It's the original battery, folks. But it's had so much use that, did I have the sun on it? I think so, yeah. It's had so much use that I've got duct tape all over this tape. But you can see how far back I have the battery. Well, it's not that far. Well, yeah, you can see. You could just see, if you own this airplane, you can see how much farther back my battery is than yours. And we're talking a lot. Yeah, we're talking a real lot. Now this here, you see a little string here. This is just helps me pull the battery out. I pull this and the battery comes out. And then before I fly it, I tuck this little string away. But you can see how far back it is. And I've got my battery marked. Now, normal flying, when this B here, let's see, can you see? Yeah, see this little B here on the battery? Well, for normal flying, that means bush. And when I line up the arrow on the B for bush on the battery with the arrow and the B for bush on the fuse, when I line those two orange stickers and arrows up, that's the right CG for the bush tires. If I choose to put on the stock tires, as I've done for this stunt flying series, well then I now know that where it is now, that's exactly where this battery goes. Exactly. And folks, quite frankly, I think I'm going to fly the battery there all the time because she flies fine in the air like this, but she flies much more like a bush plane. Okay, and then you see an F here. Well, there was an F on the battery too. You can see what's left of the yellow sticker, but it said F and it had an arrow. But when I line up the back of the battery with this F, that's where it goes for floats. So I just marked these, and here's another thing. It's in pink here. It says F for floats also. So that means that when I'm flying the floats, the front of the little battery goes here, and the back of it goes here. And so that, at a glance, I can look at these stickers, and I'm going to get some that aren't so bright so they blend into the plane. But at a glance, if you're going to fly floats, if you're going to fly bush tires, if you're going to fly stock tires, if you're going to fly extra bush CG situation, you can mark all those things on your plane, and then whatever you're going to do, you just look and line up the arrows, or you can come up with something similar on your own. But that's what I do. At a glance, from looking at the fuse, I can know exactly where to put the battery for what kind of flying I'm doing. There's those itty bitty tiny servos. Now I had a lot of bad UMX planes a few years back. A lot of them. I had two the original Timber UMX, and servos would go bad. They'd start fluttering all the time. Sometimes not all the time. Sometimes intermittently. I had a couple planes, 2 or 3 planes where the ESC went bad. Once during takeoff, and another time during flight. Yeah, but mostly they were good. Mostly they were real good. And my point being that this here plane here, I think is also, I guess my point was some of the UMXs I had in the past, and that was the past, were really poor. But most of them were really good, and this falls into the extremely good category, in my opinion. So there you go. Battery position, stock tires, a backyard, the box from the RV7, which I'm going to order her wings tomorrow morning. I get to order the wings for this RV7 at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. I'm literally setting my alarm for 4:30 to wake up and order my wings that are in my cart at Amazon. So RV7 should be in the air within a few days. And we've just seen a wonderful demonstration, not wonderful patting myself on the back, wonderful patting this airplane on the back. So there you go, folks. This But flying this plane with the stock battery in the position I've shown you, we can definitely take off from the carbon wing. The carbon wing is longer. I have to look at the video and see just how quickly she took off, but it was pretty quickly. I don't think she got more than 60% down the top of this box before she lifted off, but I'll look and see, and you can do the same. But yeah, she took off with absolutely no problem whatsoever in 3 inches less takeoff distance than she'll have on the carbon wing. And I'll have to look at the video, but I think she stayed pretty dang centered on all those takeoffs, which means the extra width, about 3/4 of an inch on each side. No, about half an inch on each side on this box is wider than the wing. What she'll take off from will be about a half an inch narrower on each side, but there's no problem. She can do that. I have no worries that she can also stay within the width of the plane and certainly take off not only before the end of the wing, but well before the end of the wing, and again, stay within the width of the wing as well. There you go, folks. I think this is going to be a success, so I hope you tune in for the full genuine stunt flight off the Karma Cub. There's going to be a lot of famous people there. Elon Musk, he's going to be there, and the Rolling Stones, they're coming. Yeah, and a lot of people they don't want to know, because otherwise they'll just swarm the place here in Oregon. We don't want that. So there you go. I hope you tune in, and appreciate all my subscribers very much. I appreciate all my viewers very much. I appreciate everyone in the community, whether they subscribe to me or view me or not. And on that note, just by the way, anybody who subscribes to me, I automatically subscribe to them. Why? I think one good turn deserves another. Number two, any small channel I come across, I automatically subscribe to them. Why? I like to encourage people in the hobby that are just getting started, as y'all out there have encouraged me all along the way. Very much appreciate that. Little side note there. So yeah, I don't even know how I got off on that, but yeah. So I hope you tune in anyway. Oh, subscribers, viewers, or anybody who's interested in airplanes or just wants to see a little stunt. I hope you tune in. All right, I'm gonna sign off now. Signing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I love RC. Yeehaw.